Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to part 4 of my Muted Season 2 recap and review. From here, we're pretty much going to be covering from episode 75 to the end of the season, and I am down to the wire on time. It is currently 10:26 p.m. as I'm recording this, and Muted Season 3 comes out in less than 24 hours. So, without further ado, let's jump right back into where we left off at part 3. Camille's phone starts ringing, and it's Aveline calling, and it's just a bunch of static, and you can already kind of you can kind of tell that something's kind of gone wrong. I suspected, it's kind of like a butt dial being attacked, but the timelines just don't really line up. They do mention that, the service is kind of bad out there, but Nira's like, we were just FaceTiming, Dendro's kind of like, we were just FaceTiming Nira. And we do see the wilting again start to happen. And it's just it really starts setting up the bit for the final kind of showdown for this season. Sylvia going away to go and get stuff ready for lunch, leaving the greenhouse, noticing the cloaking sigil, and even the added a bit of, hey, you should probably add something to block others from coming in who don't have permission, which blatant, like, hey, guess what, you fucked up and didn't do that. But it's the last little bits of wholesome, before we get the hugging and everything like that, but it's like really getting towards the end, and all of a sudden, you have Camille at the end of episode 75 recognize the wilting is going on, and then Strix shows up in the kind of messed up Diana form, and it's actually really cool because it's the little me panel is actually, it's kind of like a reuse and redone panel from earlier in the season, and it's a great touch up on there too, because there's the extra eyes, some more like the forked teeth, sharpened teeth, kind of like fangs, and I really like the use of it too. It worked very, very well. And Dendro's face immediately was like, this fucking bitch. It's just that start right there. It's like, as the monologue starting up and everything like that. Tobin hiding under Dendro, even though it's a nightmare scenario with Strix being there. It's still cute to see Tobin hide under. One thing I did miss in season 2 was Tobin didn't start texting, which was honestly I think one of the more hilarious moments in the series. But we do get the monologue, and it is a very well written kind of a monologue, as pretty much Strix is kind of going off, being a little overall cocky, yeah, I'm taking Diana's form because, I like Diana's body. I'm paying homage to it. And we actually then, of course, we find out the demon's name is Strix. And then we Camille gets the truth that Aveline had gotten earlier, that about Strix being under contract to kill Camille, just like Chloe and Abrielle. But Dendro immediately just wanting to fight. It's really it started getting me excited because Dendro is a warrior, and I think a lot of people actually forget that with Muted. with part of Dendro's background is, Dendro was a warrior, and, immediately Strix is getting irritated, gets freaking heated when Dendro tells Camille to break the circle, so the seal. But it's a little too late, and I kind of got a little horrified because, Talon and Flip throw into the tree. And I will say, if there wasn't any contract, Strix really ought to try out for the Olympic gymnastics. I mean, that was pretty dang good, and, with that body strength to just kind of just chuck from upside down, just right into the tree. I was flat out worrying a little bit, like is she gonna kill Camille at the end of season 2, and then it's gonna be Aveline, main character, season 3? I was partially expecting that twist a little bit, and I know I'm stupid for doing that, but like the final shot of 76 with the locket and the blood in the grass, it's a mood setter. I was squirming for freaking weeks, waiting for the next chapter to come out, and of course Tobin is just saying it hurts over and over again. So at that point it's like, okay, yes, she's still alive because Tobin's alive, and I'm pretty sure, at least I think once Camille dies, Tobin dies too. Yeah, a second. I'm sorry. I'm recording this at 30 at night. But of course, Strix has to start trying to rub it in that, hey, you're gonna be in the same position as me. Maybe, I'm gonna, maybe I'll just kill you. And Dendro getting worked up and calling her a half-baked excuse for a demon is like, that's a fucking insult. And I love that. And of course, Strix getting ahead of themselves, it really plays into the ego bit, because Strix noticing, oh wait, Camille bloody army crawling to break the seal, and of course, we get some of my favorite panels of the season coming up. Is just the Camille kind of getting behind Dendro, as Dendro fucking just whips out these goddamn, piranha vines. It was so badass. Like, I got excited. It's like, Miranda's drawing a fight scene. I actually, more like, not like piranha, more like tentacles with teeth, kind of, with flowers and thorns. It's hard to describe it, but from a whatever, it's in the thumbnail, kind of, or at least it was originally going to be in a thumbnail, and then I cropped it a little bit. I decided the thumbnail before I made the video, but the first bits of the fight are really in somebody's favor, because immediately Strix is down an arm. And it just becomes this whole little bit of anything you can do. I can break you, you can break me, and it's just over and over again. And it's still pretty freaking cool, because Dendro's not having, like I said, any of this shit. And of course, one of the coolest things I saw in this entire season, I think my favorite panel, like I said, one of my favorite panels there is for this whole fight scene, is Dendro in that half light form and half night colors too. It's like, that was flipping awesome. It is so great. And Camille being pretty much kind of like a little bit like the battery. It's like, that is freaking epic. It's so epic, because you even get the eyes glowing. It's like, this whole bit, it was great. I was expecting, she the girls versus Strix is like, that's great. Random Month, they really did they went above and beyond my expectations. They really did. And we get that long sideways panel of the two starting to go at each other, and I think that is, I can't imagine how long that took. But I am very grateful for that panel. Like a lot of these panels, like especially in the last few chapters, you could really make. I'm hoping one day to get like a muted wall scroll or something like that. Because like I have a muted print and I need to get more muted prints, but I'm kind of broke. But muted is a series that I think you could, I really think that Webtoon itself could also. I'm surprised it's that's a subject for another day about Webtoon merch. But we get a little fast forward to in 79 to the kind of end result of that fight, and Camille drops the F-bomb. Camille got to swear again. They beat Strix. They're looking a little worse for wear. And it's freaking great. Strix is like, what the hell happened? Torn in half almost. It's and just Camille putting her head on Dendro's shoulder, and while Tobin goes out to go and fetch Sylvie, and I'm thinking here, like, okay, at this point, Miranda had told the Discord how many chapters there were left, and it was one where I was like, okay, this isn't over. This is too wholesome. Where's that kick to the emotional dick? Where's the pain? It's like, no, we're not ending on wholesome. No. I've learned my lesson. But we do get Sylvia seeing Aveline at the gate, which funny story. Some people in the comments had remembered that in season 1, Aveline said she couldn't drive. Miranda had totally forgotten about that themselves. And so it was just a coincidence that all of a sudden Aveline's at the gate, like with a car and stuff like that. And it's like, oh, okay. You get it. And, it was a really dirty trick, because I started thinking, maybe Aveline did get away, kind of. And then, it didn't really work like that. And Sylvia, with a heart of gold, complete heart of gold, falls for the trap, as we find out. Aveline is being kind of mind controlled by Athlete, and the horror, even more of a horror that Athlete would carve into her daughter's back to control them, and it's spooky. I think Athlete is definitely one of the top villains on the platform. Like, if Miranda and Chase, they both know how to do very good villains. Well, not like good as in like, morally correct or anything like that, but is like they're spooky, they're scary. There's nothing to really make you feel bad about them. From it's like, do I really feel bad for Athlete? No, because even though there is some stuff that you could be considered sympathy points, it's outweighed by the colossal monstrous human you are. And Aveline being used to even to hurt Sylvia alone is, it's freaking terrible to see. And suit. He's even, captured. And then we get Athley going off about, y'all need to fucking do what I say. I'm the queen bitch here. You're all gonna be paying attention to the traditions. Because that's my job. I gotta make you all do it. And it's just this so, ooh. Athlete's whole monologue there, it really displays how freaking messed up she is and broken by the fact that, her family members aren't going by tradition and not playing by the rules. And, it is spooky to see how crazy and deranged she's gotten to the point where, you're mind controlling your daughter, you're hurting your niece. Well, you're trying to mute your niece for just existing, and that's on top of already killing one of them and your sister. It's just, and the fact that season 3 is coming out and Athley even had the words, "I'm ending this tonight, you're all gonna behave," it's making me really season 3 is gonna be a freaking nightmare already. And I will say, Tobin, for all his worth, trying to aerial dodge Athlete's familiar. It's, even though he got caught in just that entrance of Athlete squeezing Tobin like he's about to freaking pop, and just Athlete even alone, just kicking the demon that she had hurting the demon that she had made a contract with. It's utterly dark, and as Athlete kind of forces Camille to start obeying her, and finding Sylvie and Aveline on the ground. And I'm pretty sure with Sylvie even saying that she can't move her body, I'm wondering if Sylvia has now had the sigil and become a blood puppet as well, but she's at least conscious at this point. And then we get that epic stare down before the finale of Dendro and Athley looking straight at each other. Poor. I almost would want to say poor Strix until I remember. Strix has actually killed several people. But Athley even being stomping over and over on Strix. It's and once again we get the speech bubble tales going erratically, and I think is a great add-on to that. Sets the mood of this is a woman who has completely lost it at a point. And Strix appears to actually what I was actually screaming on my end as Athley had Strix light the greenhouse on fire with Dendro inside to be released from the contract of having to kill Camille. And Athley even telling her, you're gonna be a Severin, you're gonna like it, pretty much. And then the red vine is shooting up from the ground. It was a very impactful ending to the season. I absolutely love season 2, like even the color palettes, and it's still a lot to process, even looking back on it with season 3 just hours away from after this video comes out. But yeah, so all in all, I definitely 10 out of 10 for season 2. There's nothing else I can really give. I can't make any arguments for it to be any less than that, really. It's definitely one that I'd recommend if you're into supernatural webtoons, like if or like witches or anything like that. And it is a great LGBT webtoon too. I mean, main character's dad, trans, Aveline is canonically bisexual, and Camille, of course, lesbian, and Sylvia ace. It's definitely, if you have not read Muted, or like you're just watching this and letting this play in the background, I highly encourage you to go in and catch up quickly, and then start reading season 3 when it comes out here pretty soon. So, but with that being said, thank you all so much for supporting the last 4 videos. I will be doing pretty much hopefully I can do another one of these for season 3, which is the final season of Muted. So, look forward to that. I am going to be doing some more webtoon content here soon. I think I'm going to be doing more of like the 5 reasons why you should read, insert webtoon title here. But with that being said, subscribe if you liked the video. Leave a like, a comment section. It really helps me out, makes my day, and the YouTube algorithm likes it too. And I will see you all in the next video. Bye-bye. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to